Hi, I'm Amy. Thanks for hanging out with me today as I get ready to go to a Pie Day event at my local library. Happy Pie Day, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed some nice, delicious pie on this 3/14/2024. My makeup collection has really focused on finding high-end products at an affordable price. But I have been slowly collecting some drugstore things, and I really wanted to do a full face using some of my drugstore products for you today. I feel like my content on YouTube has focused a lot on my high-end things, but over the past 6 months or so, I've really started to build my drugstore makeup collection, and I wanted to show that off for you today. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite drugstore brand is, what your favorite product is, and I would love to hear some recommendations because I am in the mood to give the drugstore makeup section some love this year. So let's get ready for that Pie Day event. We're going to start to look out today with color corrector for all of this dark stuff under my eyes. And the color corrector that I have is from Flower Beauty, and it's flower plus CBD, and it's light peach is what this one is called. And I really do like the tone of this. I think that ultimately it gives a little bit of coverage while also correcting the blueness that I have and purple that I have under my eyes and here in like the caverns of my eyes. And I need this color corrector today because I didn't get very much sleep last night. I woke up at 12 o'clock because of some storms and didn't go back to sleep till 4. So much fun. Woo! And again, I have bags, and I recognize that there's a lot for the corrector and the concealer to work with and work against or to fix, and so I don't really ever like fault the concealers most of the time. So while that's kind of sinking in and doing its job, I usually go into eye primer, and right now I'm working through a little mini from Ulta. It's the matte eye primer in nude, and I like this because it does the job of providing a good base for my eyeshadow and also giving a little bit of coverage. I've realized in using Milani for so many years that I would like to start trying to find eye primers that have a little bit of coverage to them, because my eyelids are also on like the red side, so you know, they have things that they need to fight also. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today is from ColourPop. It's the Lust for Dusk palette, and it's one of the palettes that I'm trying to use a certain amount of times in the month of March. And while I have met my goal of 2 times, I really wanted to play with these 2 shades right here, which are Shaken and Mixer. I don't think that I've used either one of these shades just based on the look of the pan, and I wanted to fix that in the month of March. And another eyeshadow palette that I have from the drugstore that I thought about using today was actually from the Dollar Tree, and it's this this eyeshadow palette called Peachy Nudes, and I enjoyed this. I think it's a great, really beginner eyeshadow palette, so that was the one that I thought about using. But in order to sort of achieve that goal of using those 2 shades, we are going to create a look today using those 2 shades. And so I'm going to speed up through this process. Let's go. And this is the look that I have so far. I may try to zhuzh it up a little bit more once I get some of my foundation and more concealer on. I like ColourPop palettes. It's not my favorite formula, but I feel like it's a good option for the drugstore. And this is a really great color story because I feel like it's great for spring, summer, and even fall tones. And it even has some cooler tones in it too, which, you know, if you are more of a cool toned person, you might appreciate that about it. So this palette, I'm going to officially sort of like mark off my list of things that I'm supposed to use in the month of March. Woo! I don't really use face primer anymore. I usually just use my sunscreen, and the sunscreen that I'm working on right now is from Good Molecules. It's the Sheer Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30. This does leave a little bit of a white cast, but it has no sunscreen smell, and I feel like the white cast really blends into my skin very nicely, and it's very hydrating and dewy. The foundations that I have from the drugstore, and I have another one, but it's like Amazon thing. But if you wanted to like go into a drugstore, these are options that you could find from pretty much anywhere. You can get the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and from Dollar General you can get Believe Beauty. Both of these are really, really amazing foundations. Today I'm going to use this one. This Believe Beauty is called the Skin Finish Foundation. It really does have a lot of coverage. It's a very good foundation, and I even find that one whole pump is too much for my face. So today, because I am on spring break and we are really only popping into our library, our local library, to celebrate Pie Day, so we're gonna go look at pies. The Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator is going to provide just the right amount of coverage. As you will see as I'm blending this in, you can still see your skin through this foundation, but it's just sort of a little more perfected, and it does offer a little bit of glow. So if you're someone that has dry skin, this is something that would be really, really good for you, for sure. And my shade is the shade Light. Sorry, I always forget where it's at, and it's on the back. And I do have another one of these. I didn't realize that Light Medium was not the lightest shade. I didn't realize that there were more lighter shades. So during the summer, once I'm outside more and get a little more color to my skin, a tan, I'm going to switch over to Light Medium. But here in the wintertime, Light is even, I think, still a little too dark for me. I'm pretty fair, especially in the winter time. I also find that this foundation does a really good job with a brush. If you use the sponge, it would sheer it out a little bit more than I prefer. And the brush doesn't leave like streaks or anything. And sometimes I do. I'm very lazy, and I don't hardly ever wet my sponges. So usually what I might do is just take the dry sponge and continue to press the foundation into my skin. And I still pick up some of that extra so that it's not weighing down my skin. Because as a woman of 40 plus now, you know, I don't need as much. I do have good skin. I don't have a lot of acne scarring or anything like that. So in knowing my skin and my skin needs, I don't need a whole ton of coverage in order to, you know, for it to work. The only drugstore concealer that I have is from Catrice, and it's the True Skin High Coverage Concealer in the shade Cool Cashmere. And we are almost out. My daughter and I use this together, and she kind of uses it as foundation on days when I allow her to wear makeup. She plays around with it, but it's not like something that she does every day. She'll do it like 2 or 3 times a month. So when she's using using stuff, then she'll use that. If she has a pimple, then she'll put a little concealer over it to cover that up. Okay, tell me if you have someone that is around her age in your life. She's 12. Sorry, she's 12 now, and she very much embodies so much of her generation, and I think technically she's Gen Alpha. I think that's what they're called, which scares me. Oh my goodness, Alpha. But she also kind of embodies some Gen Z things, and one of her Gen Z things that she does without even knowing, I think that it's a thing, is she loves the fact that she has dark circles. She wants to make them darker. She will sometimes get eyeshadow and kind of just like emo her eyes out a little bit, and it's different for me. For someone that tries really hard to like cover up all that darkness, my daughter is over here trying to make it darker. And something else she's always done for a while is, before it was cool and before it was popular, she has parted her hair down the middle for a really long time, years and years and years. Who knows? The next thing that I'm going to go into after all of that is this e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick, and I use this as a lazy liner. And I'm going to try really hard to not pull my eyes because I'm, you know, working on just being a little more gentle with my eyes. I like this as a lazy liner step because it's already kind of smudged out, and it really does set itself and stay in place very nicely. And with this e.l.f. stick, it has a sharpener at the end, so you can keep that point if you want to use it as a liner. So I do appreciate that about it also. It's good, it's long lasting, it's super easy to use, and really I just kind of even take it before it fully sets and just kind of like pull it in a little bit more to be able to like make sure that it's really nice and spread out. And there's always one eye that I do better on. I struggle with this eye more, so I usually have to kind of sharpen it up somewhat with my concealer brush. What I'm going to do is add a little bit more of the shade Mixer on my lower lash line, just to kind of add a little bit more definition to my lower lash line. I'm trying to do a better job of doing that. That's not a step that I normally that I have done repeatedly in my makeup life, and so it's taking a little bit of getting used to. Now, to brighten everything up, since I do have a lot of dark circles and things like that, I'm going to use this thing from Ulta Beauty, and it's the dual-ended brow highlight. And I feel like this is probably a dupe for the Anastasia thing that's very similar, where you have a matte end and then like a shimmer end. I like to put this on my inner corner, and it just brightens everything up a little bit, especially since I'm very tired today. I need that brightness. I need to look awake. Next, I'm going to work on brows, and the brow thing that I'm using right now most of the time is this Brow Bestie from LA Girl, but also from Dollar Tree. You guys, don't sleep on the Dollar Tree, because this Ioni brow pencil is also really, really good, and I've enjoyed the staying power of this as well. And the powder that I'm about to put in my eyebrows, and I'll tell you why in a second, is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I like to put powder in my eyebrows before I put my brow pencil in, because I feel like it helps to set that area, to allow the pencil and the wax in the pencil to do its job. And then I kind of just take whatever's left over on my sponge that I'm using and around my eyes a little bit, but not too much, because again, aging under eyes don't want to be too heavy. I like this brow pencil. This one is from LA Girl, is the fatter end one, and I do have the one that is very small, but I think because brows isn't a step in my makeup routine that I just like am so excited to do, I like the job of this one because it's fast. I can do what I need to do in a quick way, while not so much getting like the definition and the individual brow hairs. It just fills in some of those places in my brows, and that is something that I definitely appreciate. I see the benefit in having both, sort of this fatter one and a skinnier one. The brow gel that I've been trying out from the drugstore is also from Ulta Beauty, and it's the Brow Lift Laminating Gel, and this wand and like applicator is very unique. It almost looks like a shoehorn to me, where it kind of is straight and curves in and out a little bit, and it allows you to place the brow gel in your brows and to spread it out. And then on the other side, so this side is flat and smooth, and then the bottom side, this has the bristles. And so then I take that bristle side and use it to comb that gel through my eyebrow hairs, and then it allows that to have some kind of definition. Two bronzers next that I have from the drugstore. One is from LA Colors, and it's this matte bronzer. You can get this from the Dollar Tree. And then I also have this one from Makeup Revolution. It's the Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. And y'all, this is not light. It's very dark. So this is going to be my summertime bronzer, because that packs a punch. I also have something from Ulta, and it's the Oh My Glow Cream Bronzer. But I feel like this one is also kind of dark. So I have two cream bronzers to choose from when it comes to summertime. That's nice. But for today, we're just going to use this LA Colors matte bronzer. I do enjoy this. It's very blendable. And while it's just $1.25, I feel like it's really good quality. It, again, very blendable and pigmented. It does its job. It stays pretty well throughout the day. And all in all, I think it's worth checking out for sure if you have a Dollar Tree near you, which most people do. I do know that products vary from Dollar Tree to Dollar Tree. One thing that I do know is, so I did this video recently where I picked up this and then a whole bunch of other makeup from the Dollar Tree. Eyeshadow, mascaras, which was a whole thing, and I did a video on it, so I'm going to make sure I link that for you below if you're interested in some Dollar Tree type products. That will be a place where you can be able to go to check out my review on that. But so one thing that I do know is that the Dollar Tree I got all this from is a model store. It's very, very nice, very well laid out and all of that. But when I was at my local Dollar Tree, I noticed they do have all of the same stuff that Dollar Tree had. It's just in very random places. It's in like the front of the store when you walk in. It's also like hooked up like at the end cap to like the seasonal area. It's very interesting. Highlighters from the drugstore. I have one that I got from the Dollar Tree that I'm not going to use today. And then I have this Essence Pure Nude. I'm going to go ahead and put this on before I put on my blush, because I want to keep the integrity of my blush color. And I find that sometimes highlighter can dull the look of my blush. And I've had this highlighter for several years now, and a little bit, I mean, you don't need a whole lot. I love a more natural highlighter, just to add a little bit of glow to my skin, but not anything too crazy, especially on a day like today when I've used that Wet n Wild tinted hydrator and it offers glow. Drugstore blushes, I have a lot to choose from. I have two from Essence. This is the Pure Nude Baked blushes. I have Goldie Cassis and Bold Heart. I have this mini from Milani of Luminoso, and then I have this from e.l.f., which is the Luminous Putty Blush, and it doesn't have the color on it, but it's this mauvey pink tone, kind of. I do enjoy this blush. It is very luminous. I really didn't even need to put that highlighter on, in order to add a little bit of glow to my skin. I feel like the staying power of this blush over the course of a day does a really great job. I would love to try more colors in this. However, I don't need any more blushes. I just got 2 from the Dollar Tree in that haul. And then I also got, as part of a little mini Ulta haul, I got 3 liquid blushes from Laura Mercier. I don't need any more. I already had 15 and I just added 5 more. No more? No more blush. It's a little bit of a problem. Now we're wrapping up. The only setting spray that I have right now, period, is from the Drugstore, and it's the Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know that it actually makes my makeup last longer. I really honestly don't. I use it, but then I still feel like, but also when I'm working, I work from home and I am sitting at my desk a lot, and I do touch my face unintentionally because I'm, you know, thinking. So I don't know if my hands are wearing it away or if it's just a natural, it's not really doing a great job. So I really honestly don't know how I feel about that one. Okay, I have a whole mess load of mascaras from Essence. I think this is the one I'm going to use today though. I got some from the Dollar Tree and one of them is not very good. This one is too wet. It needs to dry out for another week or 2. And then I've also been using this Panorama from L'Oreal. This Panorama from L'Oreal, I almost feel like it's almost like a tubing mascara. It's not. When I think of it like a tubing mascara, it goes on really smoothly. It lengthens my lashes very, very nicely. Adds a touch of volume, but not too much. And yeah, I don't get clumpy like spider kind of lashes. So this is the wand of the pink tube of the Lash Princess. It's called the Curl and Volume. It has a slight hourglass shape and has those like fake hair. It's not a rubber, I don't know what you call it. It's not a rubber wand. And I don't know if I've used this one before, so I was really excited about it. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of mascara fatigue with some of the ones that I've been using. And I do have problem with mascaras flaking and smudging on me. Many mascaras do that, and so even the waterproof mascara that I'm using right now from It Cosmetics smudges on me on the lower, especially if I put it on the lower lash line. But this one, which is another reason why in my mind it's like a cousin to tubing mascara, it does not flake or smudge, and generally that's the one that I put on my lower lash line so that I don't get that flaking and smudging. But this is one coat of that pink tube Curl and Volume, and this, the eyelashes, most of my eyelashes on the top are stick straight and shorter than the end. I don't know if it's how I'm sleeping or just age and, you know, that kind of stuff that always happens. But I'm pretty happy with that kind of volume that it gave me. I can even build it up a little bit more and probably get more pow. It seems to build up nicely on itself, and I like that. Hopefully she behaves and doesn't smudge on me. I am going to put it to the test and put it on my lower lash line to see how she does. And there we go. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep using that one. Hopefully she does nicely. Okay, I have 3 lip liners from the Drugstore. 2 are from ColourPop and 1 is from LA Girl. I'm thinking with the eye look that I have going on right now, I'm going to use this one from ColourPop. It's the Lippy Pencil in the shade Good and Plenty. I think that this is a really nice Your Lips, oops, Your Lips Better kind of shade. I think that that color is going to go really nicely with the eye look that I have. And lips that I have from the drugstore are going to be this new one from e.l.f. I'm really enjoying that. It's the Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Ecstatic. But that is too berry-y for what I'm going for. I have this lip stain from e.l.f. and it's also very berry-y, and I don't find that the stain stays on that one. And then I have two lippy pencils from ColourPop. This one is just the shade Gold Digger. And then I also have Topanga. And let me swatch these because I don't know exactly which one is going to go the best with that lip liner. And when I'm looking at those, Good and Plenty is definitely the choice for that, for sure. So if I put this on, that's going to help my lip look to last longer, because of this does a good job of lasting a good long time, but also with that lip liner, it's going to have better staying power. So this is my look to go to the Pi Day event at the local library. My hair is a hot mess. That's okay. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any drugstore recommendations for me, please leave it in the comments. I'm always open to trying some new things. Generally, I try to get my stuff on sale. If it's like the high-end stuff, I usually just get it on sale. But this year, I'm really trying to purposefully branch out from high-end and try things at the drugstore and give it some love too. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.